My name is Carol. I am a professional chef. I've been working in kitchens for the past almost 20 years of my life. And I did a little bit of everything. I did everything from dishwashing to head chef. I work as a college instructor, as a professor. I work in a private culinary school, and currently I've been working as a personal chef. And the more I cook in different scenarios, the more I see that there is a lot of misconception around cooking and building meals in your life. And I just hope that I can help people with this channel, but also because I want to tell more about food, I want to tell everything about food. So I expect to see recipes occasionally, even though the focus of this channel is not going to be recipes. I don't think the internet necessarily needs more recipes around. But expect to see occasional recipes, expect to see stories about different dishes around the world and useful tips that people can use at home for meal prepping, for starting eating healthier or things like that. Cooking at home is very, very different from cooking in a restaurant. And I feel like working as a personal chef, you kind of have to combine a little bit of both. I feel like a lot of people have this misconception that everything in the restaurant is made to order the moment that you order it, and it's not like that. There's a lot of planning, a lot of organizing, a lot of strategy that goes into it. And I feel like working as a personal chef, it's almost trying to bring their recipe, strategy, organization, and putting in a home scenario. And I also feel like a lot of people have different eating habits. That's another thing that I notice. And honestly, I feel like a lot of people actually don't know how to purchase food. That's one thing that I notice a lot, like pantries overflowing with items that they're not going to use, or a lot of meat in the freezer that they're not going to use. And so that's what I'm saying about trying to plan and strategize when you're cooking at home. I feel like, especially nowadays, maybe it's just in my bubble, but I feel like nowadays there is a lot of selling this idea that meal prep is easy and everybody can do. Meal prep is, oh, so easy, Sunday reset or this or that. But actually, there's a lot of, again, planning and strategy that has to go into it, that I feel like people skip the part. People skip that part, and then you watch a video of a Sunday reset and suddenly you're like, you know what, I'm gonna try meal prep at home, and then you buy a bunch of things without actual plan, and then you're just gonna be overwhelmed and you're gonna fail and you're gonna feel frustrated. So that's one myth that hopefully we're gonna debunk and create a good strategy for meal prepping. Of course, that will depend a lot on each person and their beliefs and dieting and so on and so forth. But I feel like actually that's a very good question, because I feel like that's one thing that people should consider when they think about meal prepping. So it's like, why do you want to meal prep? So a lot of people have different reasons, right? Some people will try a meal prep because they want to save money, or they're on a budget. They want to order less takeout. Other people are gonna meal prep because they are on a special diet and they want to lose weight. Or other people are gonna meal prep because they want more control on their life. So to each different scenario, you're gonna need a different plan. And I feel like that's one thing that people have to understand as well. If you're gonna start meal prepping, what is your goal? Do you want to meal prep breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day of the week? Do you want to meal prep just occasional dishes that you can have in your freezer? Do you want to have ready to eat foods in your fridge? What is it that you want? Start slowly, plan ahead. First, you have to have a plan. So first, you have to understand why you want to meal prep, create a plan, and then you're going to start slowly. So instead of trying to meal prep for the 7 days of the week, all of the meals of the day, start with freezable items and have them in your freezer ready to go when you need them. And once you're comfortable with that, you move on. You move on to other dishes that you can keep in your fridge, or you move on to more items that you can meal prep during the week. And I think starting slowly is a good tip. First of all, that meal prep's not easy, but it's not impossible. You just have to have a plan. Second, cooking can be hard. I feel like nowadays there's so much information around, and I feel like people overcomplicated things. I want people to listen more to their instincts. Like when you're cooking, there's a lot of I don't know. When I was a teacher, when I was an instructor, I always tell my students, like, when you're cooking, when you're seasoning your food, follow your heart, follow your instincts. So I think I want people to listen more to their instincts when they're cooking. And just don't be afraid. Be more comfortable around the kitchen. You really don't have to be a Michelin star chef to cook at home. You not even need to love cooking to be able to cook well at home. You just need to understand the process. And once you understand the process, everything's going to make sense. I would like you to like the video and subscribe. Just kidding. But yes, not kidding. But yeah, stay tuned and check the other videos that they're gonna come soon about meal prep and everything food related. And please drop questions if you have them in the comments, and I'll try and answer them in videos as well.